When you hear of existentialism, who do you think of? Crescas, Nietzsche, Sartre, de Beauvoir, right? Philosophers wrestling with individual freedom, choice, and the absurdity of existence. Typical figures from the 19th and 20th centuries, but what if I told you some core ideas, some fundamental challenges to pure rationalism that stand remarkably existentialist when explored 500 years earlier? And they emerged not in secular Europe, but within the rich tradition of medieval Jewish philosophy. Today we're diving into the mind of a truly radical thinker, Rabbi Haste Crescas, a brilliant but often overlooked Jewish philosopher from 14th century Spain. He was so far ahead of his time, you could call him a proto-existentialist. Crescas lived from 1340 to 1410, and he was a fearless intellectual who dared to challenge the philosophical giant of his era, Moses Maimonides. Maimonides, the Rambam, was a towering figure. Heavily influenced by Aristotle, he believed that the ultimate human goal was intellectual perfection, to understand God through pure reason. God was the pure intellect, and knowing Him was our highest calling. Crescas fundamentally disagreed with his intellectual first approach. His masterpiece, Or I Deny the Light of the Lord, was a systematic, almost brutal critique of this rationalistic framework. In doing so, he anticipated striking existentialist concepts. First, Crescas challenged the foundation of medieval rationalism. He argued that trying to fit God into a purely logical Aristotelian category actually limits the divine. For Crescas, God's true nature and the infinite reality were beyond human reason. This skepticism of grand, purely logical systems is a key intellectual precursor to existentialist thought. But perhaps his most striking proto-existentialist move was shifting the ultimate purpose of human life. While Maimonides said the highest good was intellectual knowledge, Crescas proclaimed it was love, ahava, not passive contemplation, but an active willed emotion connected with God and others. This is huge. It moves the philosophical focus from passive intellect to active will and personal choice. It's about how you live, you act, and how you relate, rather than just how much you know. That powerful emphasis on subjective experience, commitment, and action is the defining hallmark of latter existential thought. Finally, Crescas even tackled the concept of infinity. Against Aristotle and Maimonides, who denied the possibility of an actual infinite physical world, Crescas argued that an infinite universe was not logically possible. This opened up a cosmos that is vast, mysterious, and unknowable by pure reason. It suggests a world where we must confront the limits of our intellect, a sense of the contingency or mystery that later existentialists deeply explored. So while Crescas gets the official credit for launching existentialism, it's truly fascinating to find these powerful philosophical echoes reverberating from a 14th century Jewish philosopher. Crescas reminds us that profound questions about human freedom, purpose, and our relationship to the ultimate reality are timeless and appear in the most unexpected places. Thank you for listening, and all the best. Bye.